so I guess maybe that's where it kind of started. Where do you feel in order to kind of I think to achieve and to do some of the things that you've done in your life in the physical fitness or CrossFit world, I think at some point in time you have to get bit by a bug, right? There has to be some sort of thing that's like, I want to do this. At some point in time, you woke up and it's like, you know what? I want this so much that I'm going to bed at 7:30.
Yeah.
These things. Like, there's some point in time, it's not just something like, you know what? I think this week, all of a sudden I'm going to get into fitness. Like, one day you're like, oh my gosh. And you're like, all right, I'm all in. Like, where do you feel like that happened for you?
I don't think there's like a definitive, like, one moment.
Sure.
But, like, there's definitely bug bites along the way. You know?
Okay.
So it's a cumulative effect, right? Of like all these little bug bites, and then all of a sudden it happens. But so I mean, there's a bunch of those. I mean,
okay.
Like, which one do you want?
Well, I mean, what sticks out most in your mind, where you're like, oh, that's when I realized this is something I want to do, or this is when like I got really excited. This is when I realized, you know what, I might be able to do something. Like, what kind of sticks out in your mind in that?
So I'd been doing CrossFit for like 6 months at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And
how old are you then?
I was 20. 20?
Okay.
I was 20.
All right.
And I've been working out with a police officer that was local. And there was only one gym at that point, basically in the whole tri-state. And that was CrossFit Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
And they were doing a competition. And so I was like, yeah, I feel like whatever, like, I'll go compete with you if you do it too, right?
Right.
And so we went up and did that, and they released the workouts early, and so like I tested them, and one was just like a couplet thing, and it took me like 7.5 minutes when I tested it, and so I went up there, and I wasn't in the last heat. I was in the second to last heat because if you did CrossFit, you went to that gym,
sure,
and so they had no idea who it was, and so I think I did the workout in like 6.5 minutes. And then the last heat came out, and there was a dude out there named Thomas Hooten, and he did it in 3. And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
And so just speaking with him after that, and like talking to him about like just his discipline and like how he ate and how he slept and how he trained, that opened my eyes of like what I wasn't doing.
Sure.
And like, so it was just like, man, he went twice as fast as me, over twice as fast. And it was like what do I need to do to be able to do that? And so just talking with him kind of,
right.
That's one of the things that really, like, where I think I really like buckled down. That was one of the bug bites for sure.
And for people who don't know young Ger, it's not like at 20 years old that you were like Joe Schmo necessarily off the street either. I mean, you're physically fit young man. You're fairly athletic, and here was this guy who came in there and just like, oh, whatever you do, I'll do it in half the amount of time. And you're like, and so your eyes get big as dinner plates. Absolutely. It's like, how is that even possible? Like, I didn't know that was an option,
right?
To go twice as fast.
Yep. And then, after that, I just kind of started looking at other people's times across the internet. Just kind of judging myself off there, but learned how to eat, started recovering better. And I mean, it's a process, right? Like, it didn't just happen overnight. It's lots of time invested, but I could probably do that workout faster now. Feels good,
right?
Right? 9 years later,
right?
I'm coming for you 9 years ago.
Yeah. Right.
So ridiculous.